It went on mute. So, have you listened whatever I have discussed till now?
No, ma'am.
No, ma'am.
Oh, so sorry. Uh, okay, I'll have to repeat all. When we talk about the exempted income, so exempted income head says that certain incomes are exempt from tax in a particular situation, and the incomes are exempt either fully or partially as per the Income Tax Act provisions. So such exempted incomes can be fully exempt or can be partially exempt. Fully exempted incomes will be those incomes which are in form of we can say given as per the provisions of the tax, say the share of the profit in the hands of a partner, then the share of a member received from the Hindu undivided family business. So these incomes are fully exempt, and in case partially exempt we have to calculate the exemption amount given as per the Income Tax Act provisions. So, in that particular situation, agricultural income is the one income which is considered as fully exempt under Section 10, subsection 1 of the Income Tax Act. बट उस इनकम को एग्जाम्प्ट होने के लिए कुछ कंडीशंस जो हैं वो सेटिस्फाई करनी होती हैं. फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि किस सिचुएशन में और कौन कौन सी इनकम हमारी एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम मानी जाएगी. सेकेंडली वी हैव टू अंडरस्टैंड which all conditions needs to be satisfied to come in the domain of the agricultural income and to claim the exemption. Thirdly, under what circumstances it will be considered as non-agricultural income, or the portion of the agricultural income will be considered as taxable. So these three things we have to learn in this particular chapter. So when we talk about the agricultural income, as per section 2 subsection 1A of Income Tax Act, it says कि एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम वो इनकम है जो हम लैंड से डिराइव कर रहे हैं बाय कैरिंग आउट सर्टेन एग्रीकल्चरल एक्टिविटीज और प्रोसेसिंग द एग्रीकल्चरल प्रोड्यूस, एंड द एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम कैन बी इन फॉर्म ऑफ अ रेंट from a farm building as well. So these three type of income comes in the domain of the agricultural income. What are the detailed meaning or the conditions to be satisfied to be known as the agricultural income? तो उसमें सबसे पहला आ जाता है that income should be derived from land. When we talk about the income should be derived from land, so it means that there should be immediate or direct source from the land. Means that there should not be any indirect or remote source from the land. उस लैंड को उस प्लेस को आप कुछ प्राइमरी एक्टिविटीज और सेकेंडरी एक्टिविटी करके कुछ एग्रीकल्चर प्रोड्यूस कर रहे हो, एंड आफ्टर सेलिंग दैट पर्टिकुलर प्रोड्यूस you are deriving that particular income. So this particular income should be from the land, and that should be the direct and the effective source by using the particular land. Secondly, when we say that the land should be situated in India, if there is an agricultural income abroad, it is going to be taxable. But if this particular income is going to be the agricultural income in India, this particular income satisfy all the conditions to be considered as the exempted income, then it will be considered as the exempted income, and the exemption can be claimed under section 10 subsection 1. अगर वो कंडीशन सेटिस्फाई करती हैं तो कितने भी एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम हो आपकी, इवन इट इज 15 लाख 20 लाख, दैट इज इफ इट्स अ फॉर्म ऑफ द एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम एंड इट सेटिस्फाइज द कंडीशंस ऑफ एग्जाम्पशन, तो पूरी की पूरी इनकम आपकी एग्जाम्प्ट होगी. तो पहली कंडीशन हो गई कि इनकम शुड बी डिराइव फ्रॉम द लैंड. सेकेंड कंडीशन हो गई लैंड शुड बी सिचुएटेड इन इंडिया. थर्ड कंडीशन होगी कि जो इनकम है वो कुछ एफर्ट्स करने के बाद, कुछ ऑपरेशंस करने के बाद डिराइव होनी चाहिए, और वो ऑपरेशंस आपके हो सकते हैं बेसिक ऑपरेशंस और सब्सिक्वेंट ऑपरेशंस. तो बेसिक ऑपरेशन क्या होते हैं? दैट यू हैव कल्टिवेटेड द लैंड, यू हैव टॉयलिंग द सॉइल, you have carried out certain human labor and skill which has resulted in some agricultural produce, and you have sold that particular crop or the produce, that will be considered as the basic operation. And subsequent operation means कि आपने वो crop produce कर ली, but this crop is not consumable or disposable in the near vicinity. You have to convert something, or you have to do something with the particular crop to make it sellable in the market. तो उसको मार्केटेबल प्रोड्यूस बनाने के लिए अगर आप कोई एक्टिविटीज करते हो, तो उन एक्टिविटीज को हम कहते हैं सब्सिक्वेंट ऑपरेशन. So there is a case law of in Supreme Court CIT versus Raja Binoy Kumar Sahas Roy. In that particular case law, it was held that land is to be used for agricultural purposes where the following two operations are carried out. तो एग्रीकल्चर इनकम आपकी कहाँ मानी जाएगी, या लैंड एग्रीकल्चर पर्पसेस के लिए कब माना जाएगा, जब ये दोनों एक्टिविटीज बेसिक ऑपरेशंस या सब्सिक्वेंट ऑपरेशन आपका कैरी आउट हो रहा है. लेकिन जो आपके सब्सिक्वेंट ऑपरेशन है, दिस कैन बी इन टर्म्स ऑफ रिमूवल ऑफ अनडिजायरेबल ग्रोथ, or prevention the crop from the insects, or digging the soil around the growth. These all these things are considered as the subsequent operation. But in certain cases, when we are carrying out the subsequent operation to increase the value of the produce, then it is the will be the portion where the value is increased, that will be considered as non-agricultural income. For example, it has indulged in the growing of the crop of the sugar cane, and this sugar cane is sellable in the market. So in that case, if we convert it into several produce in sugar, in khan sari, or good, or any other produce, and the value of the produce, if he sells the sugar cane in the market, he gets the income of rupees 30,000. But if he sells the those transformed items, then he'll get the 50,000. So that 20,000 value is increased by carrying out that additional operations, and these additional operations have been carried out with the purpose of increasing the value of the produce. So in that particular situation, such subsequent operations are not considered as part of the agricultural income. But where the subsequent operations are in form of to make the have the effective production of the crop, then these subsequent operations are considered for the agricultural purposes. So in this case, we can also consider that if there are certain nurseries are being carried out, or nursery work is there, so in this particular case, nursery income shall be considered as the agricultural income, even though you are not doing the first operation, but you're carrying the subsequent operations, making the plants or making the activities in that particular form. So as per law, we say income of nursery and income derived from the saplings or seedlings grown in the nursery are considered as the agricultural income. Then, when we talk about the meaning of rent or revenue derived from the land, so revenue means that you are selling the agricultural produce. Rent means that you have given the particular land on the rent, and the tenant is using the it for agricultural produce. So that can be the rent can be given in form of the crop, the rent can be given in the form of the money. So in this particular case, the share of agricultural produce received by landlord in kind is a rent, and it is agricultural income. Similarly, when we are selling the produce, that revenue from the land is considered as the agricultural income. Then there are can be any other income in form of the building is being given on rent, and the particular building is on the farm, and it is being used as the storehouse for the agricultural produce as such. So this income will be considered as the agricultural income. Now in the similar kind of setup, there are certain incomes which are not treated as the agricultural income. For example, a company is indulged in the agricultural activities, and the particular company in agricultural operations is not agricultural income. So if you are receiving a dividend from that particular company by from a company which is carrying on agricultural operation, so such dividends will not be considered as the agricultural income. Similarly, if you have given some loan to a company, or you are getting certain accumulated profits, so that is also to be treated as a deemed dividend. and is not the agricultural income. Similarly, some the farm building is being given on rent, and the person has not given a rent for a longer duration, and you have received the interest on areas of that particular building. So, in that case, such areas are not regarded as the agricultural income. Similarly, if there is a broker who has helped the farmer or the landlord to sell the agricultural produce in the market, and such broker is receiving the commission, so he cannot say that the he has received the commission on selling the agricultural produce, so such commission is the agricultural income. No, the purpose should be कि जो इनकम है आपकी वो लैंड पे कुछ एक्टिविटी करने से, बेसिक और सब्सिक्वेंट ऑपरेशन कैरी आउट करने से होनी चाहिए, या आपकी फार्म बिल्डिंग को आपने अगर रेंट पे दिया हुआ है and that is being used on for the agricultural purposes, on that case that will be considered as the agricultural income. So we have to understand कि exemption अगर हमने claim करनी है तो वो particular income जो है agricultural income का आपका meaning satisfy कर रही होनी चाहिए. So as per section 21A, this is the meaning of the agricultural income. Then after this there comes a concept that in certain situation there can be examples of agricultural income, or there can be certain examples of non-agricultural income. So when we talk about the agricultural income, so already discussed, any crop or any items which have been produced are considered as the agricultural income. Even if you are growing the flowers or creepers, or you are growing the grass, but human efforts are being involved, that will be considered as agricultural income. Even the particular crop is being destroyed and you have received the compensation from insurance company, this will be regarded as the agricultural income. But if we say that there are certain kind of the you must have seen even at home when we do the plantation, so certain unwanted we can say the plants or grass or wild grass uh, grows automatically. So if we have not put any effort or not desired, so if in the farms as well any kind of trees, wild grass, etc., is being come up, and you have sold those wild grass or those fruits or those trees, so that income is not considered as agricultural income, because these have come spontaneously. Any human efforts or any basic or subsequent operations have not been carried out. Similarly, if we say that by flooding of land, in flooding in the land, some salt has come and some income is generated from selling of that salt, or if we are breeding the livestock, or we are indulge in the dairy farming, butter or cheese making, or poultry farming, fisheries, etc., these all are not regarded as the agricultural income. Similarly, even if at the farmland you are indulge in the activity of the brick making, etc., this will not be considered. If you are supplying the water to the agricultural produce, so this surplus water is being given to the other agriculturists, and you have charged some amount or you have received some income, that is not regarded as the agricultural income. Similarly, if you are let out the land or the godowns for storing the crops, etc., then it's not considered as the agricultural income. Any income from the mines, etc., are also not considered as the agricultural income. So, up till now, we have discussed the meaning of agricultural income, and what conditions needs to be satisfied, and what are the different examples of the agricultural income and the non-agricultural income. Now, in continuation, we have to discuss that there are certain incomes which are considered partially agriculture and partially non-agricultural. So here we have discussed that जब तक उस पर्टिकुलर क्रॉप को मार्केटेबल आप बना रहे हो, then the particular income is considered as agricultural income. If you have carried out any extra efforts or any subsequent operations to make that particular, to increase the value of that particular crop or that particular produce, so the added income would be considered as the non agricultural income. The example I have given you, that if there is a crop value which can be sold for rupees 30,000, and the extra effort has been done to convert the crop into certain products, and the income is generated 20,000 additional. So that additional 20,000 income will be considered as non-agricultural income, because it has been carried out by carrying out those operation or to increase the value of the produce. So in normal cases, if we are manufacturing any other product than tea, rubber or coffee, so in that case जितनी उसकी value increase हुई होगी, that value will be known as the non agricultural income. तो 30,000 एग्रीकल्चर इनकम हो गई एग्जाम, और जो 20,000 है वो आपकी नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम हो गई, वो आपकी टैक्सेबल हो जाएगी. देन देयर आर थ्री आइटम्स विच आर कंसिडर्ड, जिसके अंदर लॉ के हिसाब से ऑलरेडी फिक्स किया हुआ है कि कितना पोर्शन आपका एग्रीकल्चर होगा और कितना पोर्शन आपका नॉन एग्रीकल्चर होगा. सो देयर आर थ्री आइटम्स: मैन्युफैक्चरिंग, growing and manufacturing of rubber, growing and manufacturing of tea, and growing and manufacturing of coffee. सो इन दीज थ्री केसेस, अगर आपके रबड़ का प्रोडक्शन होता है, आपका मैन्युफैक्चर होता है, तो उस केस में 35% ऑफ सच इनकम will be considered as non-agricultural income. 65% of that income shall be considered as the agricultural income. So suppose there is a 10 lakh rupees from the manufacturing and growing of rubber, then in that case 6 lakh 50,000 shall be agricultural income, which will be exempt from tax, and 3 lakh 50,000 shall be considered as the non-agricultural income, which will be clubbed in the income, other incomes, to be taxable in the particular rate. Then there comes the manufacturing, growing and manufacturing of coffee. So when we talk about growing and manufacturing of coffee, 75% shall be treated as agricultural income, and 25% shall be treated as the non-agricultural income. But if there is, we are adding some flavors or making it further high end, then in that particular case, 40% of coffee will be considered as the non-agricultural income, and 60% shall be considered as the agricultural income. तो रबर के कंपोनेंट में कितनी हमारी एग्रीकल्चर और नॉन एग्रीकल्चर होगी? 65% एग्रीकल्चर, 35% नॉन एग्रीकल्चर. इन केस ऑफ कॉफी 75% and 25%, but if it is a refined, grounded, roasted, then in that case 60% shall be agricultural and 40% shall be non agricultural. Similarly, if there is the growing and manufacturing of tea, तो उसमें 60% हमारी एग्रीकल्चर मानी जाएगी और 40% हमारी नॉन एग्रीकल्चर मानी जाएगी. सो इट विल बी ट्रीटेड एज द पार्टली एग्रीकल्चरल एंड पार्टली नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम. राइट नाउ द लास्ट कॉन्सेप्ट ऑफ दिस पर्टिकुलर टॉपिक इज कि अभी तक हमने डिस्कस किया कि एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम आपकी फुली एग्जाम फ्रॉम टैक्स है, लेकिन उसको कुछ कंडीशंस जो है सेटिस्फाई करनी होती हैं. फिर आ जाता है आपका पार्शली एग्रीकल्चरल एंड पार्शली नॉन एग्रीकल्चर. तो उसके अंदर अगर आपका अदर देन मैन्युफैक्चरिंग ऑफ टी, रबर और कॉफी आ जाता है, देन इन दैट पर्टिकुलर केस जितनी अपनी जितनी आपने उसमें करेंगे, सो इन दैट पर्टिकुलर केस इन जितना आप उसको वैल्यू इंक्रीज करेंगे, तो उस इंक्रीज्ड वैल्यू को आपको आपका नॉन एग्रीकल्चर हो जाएगा. बट इन केस ऑफ रबर, टी एंड कॉफी, already the classified percentage of agriculture versus non-agricultural income is being given. So in this particular situation, we can say that the agricultural income shall be exempt and non-agricultural income shall be taxable. Now, the last concept comes that there is tax on non-agricultural income if assessee earns agricultural income also. So in this particular situation, what we have to discuss कि किसी situations में आप क्या इंटीग्रेशन करते हैं जिसके अंदर हम एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम को और नॉन एग्रीकल्चरल इनकम को कंबाइंड करके एक इंटीग्रेशन प्रोसेस फॉलो करके उस पर टैक्स ट्रीटमेंट करते हैं और टैक्स कैलकुलेट करते हैं. That particular procedure is called as the procedure of integration. So in this particular integration procedure, we will be discussing in the next class that how we calculate the integration or tax by integrating the agricultural and non-agricultural income, what is the impact of integration and why integration is required. So from this particular topic, you can have two type of question in the exam. One question, define agricultural income and what is the process of taxability of agricultural income. Secondly, there can be discuss the process of integration in case of the agricultural income. So this particular process of integration generally comes for 5 marks, and we can say that the very simple thing but a small practical is being given in this particular case, right? So this we are going to discuss in the next class because I do not have all the gadgets today with me to cover the practical topic.